look at all this awesomeness, you guys. Jennifer from the Therapy Mama actually sent me a huge assortment of her new products so that I could share them with you guys. If you want to see them individually, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Hi everyone, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor, lawyer turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 8, 5, and 3. My preschooler is working on her phonics, and my rising first grader is working on her early reading skills and also her phonics. So I was super thrilled when Jennifer over at the Therapy Mama asked me if I would like to just share with you guys a lot of the new products she's released in her Teachers Pay Teachers shop. Now, Jennifer and I got to know each other on Instagram mainly, as well as on YouTube, but definitely more so on Instagram, where she is an active sharer of different products that she's created and also just how she homeschools her daughters who have special needs. Now, before starting to homeschool, Jennifer actually had a thriving practice as a pediatric speech and language pathologist. So she is more than qualified to create wonderful tools for us to help our children with speech, language, and phonics in general. Sometimes in an effort to make products beautiful for parents, they can become a little less useful and simple for children to use as learning tools. One of my favorite things about Jennifer's products on the Therapy Mama's site is that they are all in this very clear font. It's easy for children to read. There isn't so many complicated graphics going on. The illustrations are really very simple and clear. And so one of the first things I noticed in the box that Jennifer so sweetly sent me are these counting clip cards. She has several different themes on her Teachers Pay Teachers site. The ones she sent me included summer counting clip cards, Halloween counting clip cards, St. Patrick's Day counting clip cards, and Valentine's Day counting clip cards. The clip cards are designed to be used with these simple clothespins. You can use them also with paper clips if you have them, or just magnet clips, anything you have. Even little counters could be used for them. So the idea is that the child counts the items on the card and uses the clothespin to then clip onto the correct answer. And you can provide them with several different clothespins. I've actually arranged these in random order so that it doesn't go from 1 to 3. But see, you can see the graphics are very cute. And so here you would clip 5, and the correct answer changes in position, so there's not that repetition. So like here, 3 would be in the middle. And it just gives them an interactive way of practicing their numbers and also a way to practice their fine motor skills as they're doing some math and simple counting. I like that the numbers go up to 20 because my older children can use it as well, and it's not just for my preschooler. So I tried to arrange them with the smaller numbers at the beginning and then with a little bit of increasing complexity. I'll just show you some of the illustrations on the St. Patty's Day ones. So I'll pull this out in March probably. See how the graphics are so simple? There's not too much going on to distract the child, but it's also very colorful and cheerful. These are all PDF files that you can print and laminate yourself. Jennifer very kindly laminated these for me. I actually hole punched all of them and put them on separate rings. I'll probably take them off the rings sometimes, but in general I like keeping them this way. And whenever I have printables from the Teachers Pay Teachers store, I often use this method of organizing them because then I can just toss them all into one big bag or one big bin of the same category of activity. Another useful activity are these fine motor writing cards where they have different colors on them and also an area where a child could write on them with dry erase markers. So here you have the different color crayons. Another clip card activity she has are these sight words clip cards. So here the child would take the clip and attach it to the correct word, dog. There are similar words there like dig, so it definitely does test them for comprehension. So coat, corn, milk, mat, egg. And I actually separated these out into different categories based on just how I thought they might group. So here I tried to put things that would go with a farm. Here I split them up into things that you would find at home. I split up things like family things, so you have more home things, but family items. And then here you have weather and nature and seasons, celebrations, just to give you an idea of different words that are taught. So most of them are 3 to 5 letter words and very, very appropriate for an early reader. Jennifer also sent another stack of just sight word flashcards, and I also grouped these into different categories. So here you have day, night, sun, snow, different weather items. Here you have different people and body parts. And you'll see that the graphics are repeated in the clip cards, so that also helps with a little bit of consistency for your kids. Here's some farm cards. Duck, cow, milk. I love the graphics. I love how simple it is. And I really like that you can test for just sight words. It's a nice, fun way for kids to do these. I like to keep some of these packs, especially on rings in the car, just for a little practice. It just gives them a little bit of, you know, something to do with their hands. My kids all like flipping on these rings as well. These are some of the coolest things that she sent. These are designed to be used with a little Matchbox car. And Jennifer actually sent me 2 little Matchbox cars. So I'm actually going to open the Peanuts one and just show you how this works. So if you take the letter B card out, they can use the little Matchbox car and act like a little road. Like there, you go down the B, you can go up the B, and you can go around the B. And they can also use it if you laminate it like here with dry erase pen. I like that she includes the ASL in the corner as well as a word that starts with the letter B. So I know that my kids are going to have a lot of fun doing this, especially my youngest, but probably even my 8-year-old. Like, see, I can't stop doing this. So I just think this is such a great idea. Speaking of ASL, another product that Jennifer has in her Teachers Pay Teachers shop is a little ASL alphabet book. I love the fact that she does this. I learned ASL as a 5th grader because that was where I was assigned as a safety guard. And in the morning I would help set up the ASL classroom for the children in our school who were hearing impaired. And I just have really fond memories of that, and I loved learning with them. I got to do morning time with them, and so I got to do the pledge in ASL and learn some songs, and it's still, I think, very important for us to teach our kids ASL so that they can communicate with anyone who is hearing impaired, at least through the alphabet if they don't learn more vocab. But these cards are very clear. I like how she includes both uppercase and lowercase letter as well as a word that starts with that letter. So if you do have hearing impaired children, or if you just want your children to learn ASL, or if you have children who are still a little bit language delayed, this is a great addition to your phonics curriculum. Another fabulous product that she features is called the Spring Number Sorting Set. So you get several different number mats that look like this with a number at the top and then grid boxes at the bottom. There are different sorts of matching cards. So for here you have a gumball machine, there's a hive with bees on it, and a leaf with ladybugs on it, a spider web with spiders, fingers, as well as these cute little watermelon slices with different numbers of seeds. So for example, here you would find the one that had 4 seeds, and that would be one of the things that goes in that box. So they basically can sort through the numbers and figure out which card they go on, and you can make this as simple or as complicated as you like. For example, if a child is just learning 4 at the beginning, you could only use numbers that are smaller than 4 and keep the other ones aside. Or if you have an older child who's just more advanced, it gives them a nice tactile feeling. And Jennifer was so kind as to already prepare these for me. So basically she's used these Velcro dots, and after laminating the sheet and the cards, she has put them on there. So they Velcro on, and it just makes a nice satisfying activity for the kids. So I think you can see that so many of her products are great, but this might be my absolute favorite because these are core vocabulary smash mats. So you want to roll up a ball of Play-Doh, place it on the separate items, and you can actually do it as a 2-step activity where you say, put the ball of Play-Doh on cat, put the ball of Play-Doh on a pizza, put the ball of Play-Doh on a rabbit, and then they get to smash the ball and say the word. So you could either pre-prep it with balls of Play-Doh on there, and then when you say the word chair, they find the picture of the chair and they smash their Play-Doh on it and say chair again. And it's just a really fun way of practicing common vocab, and I love it. I think it's so great. And it actually comes with several different cards. So just to show you, you have a card like this with socks and books and repeating ideas too. So you have a book and a boy and a rabbit. Here you have shorts and different types of clothing. Here you have body parts. Here you have just different household items. Here you have one for food, one for animals, one for verbs. So that's just great, and I know my kids are going to adore it. Other products that she offers allows kids to practice the difference between the hard sound of a consonant and the soft sound of a consonant. So for example, here's G and here's C. So I know my kids sometimes get very confused between the hard C, the K sound, and the soft C, the S sound. So in each kit you get these little sorting cards. So you have, for example, cake, where you have the hard C sound. You have celery, where you have the soft C sound. Scent, center, cart, coat, cider. See, these are fun for grown-ups to do too. Cone, cuff, camp, ceiling, and cereal. So these give kids a tactile way to practice the difference in these sounds. She also provides a set of clip cards for the hard G, soft G sorting, as well as the C's. So here are some of the G words, and then here are some of the C words. And you'll see they repeat, so you have good practice in two different ways. I really like the activities that have the clip cards, because it really does make my kids much more engaged in the activity than, for example, a simple worksheet. And last but not least, she also sent me these little matching activities that include the letter, something that starts with a letter, and the ASL equivalent for that alphabet. And so you actually have to cut these apart, and then the child can match them together. So just to show you what some of them look like. There's D, G, N, R. A really fun alphabet rhyme to teach kids with ASL is roses are red, violets are blue, because they can practice their R, their V. You can probably find a YouTube video on it. It's a fun thing to teach kids, just as finger play, quite apart from any educational reason. So again, you'd have to cut these apart. For those of you with older kids, you will love what she has created for President's Study. She's created a mega bundle, and it's so worth the money because look at all the awesomeness that you get. So the first component of the set are these historical photos with and without the names and dates. So here you have them with the dates and the names of all the presidents, and then here you have them without. So they're small size, so they can be used as like you can put them on a ring as flashcards. You could also just keep them as a pack of flashcards. You could use them separately to play memory with them, since you have two. And then you can also print them up in size and make them into coloring pages for your kids if you wanted. So here you have all the presidents. The second part of the bundle is these coloring pages, and they are very sweet. It tells you the president name, what order of president they were, and what years they were in office. So I'll flip through some of these. Isn't Millard Fillmore the most hilarious name? It sounds like a Looney Tunes character, which is probably not a respectful thing to say about a president. And the third component of the program are these presidential posters, which are in full color and you can display as you're studying that president. It includes some key facts about the president, as well as their first lady and who their vice president was. I gotta say, I love the smile on George W. Bush's face. The last component of the program are, you guessed it, clip cards. So you have different clip cards that you can cut apart and laminate, and then the child can just clip who that president is, which is actually a really nice feature, because I don't know, you guys, that I would be able to do this without studying it a little bit more. Some of them I would know, like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, but some of them I'd be a little bit confused about. Full disclosure. So that might be good for my learning tool. So I cannot thank Jennifer enough for sending me these awesome products. I am super excited to use them with my children. I know that all of them will get something out of it. The sight word practice, the ASL practice, the counting card practice, all of it is going to be really fun for my kids and a good way for them to practice their fine motor skills while also learning about counting and phonics. So thank you again, Jennifer, for sending me this array of awesomeness, and I can't wait to use it with my kids. If you want to buy anything from her Teachers Pay Teachers store, I'll be linking it down in the description box below. And as a former speech and language pathologist for kids, I don't think you could have a more qualified person to make these products. So thank you so much, Jennifer, again, for sending me these products, and thank you guys for your time. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I wish you the very best day.